Well, hello everybody. We're back again at the Darkness. Do you know who that is? That's Michael Jackson making a transformation into the werewolf that he became in the Thriller video. Now, today, we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff. But see, there's Michael Jackson as the werewolf, as he's made the complete transformation. And there's a lot of characters. Now, I want to show you guys something I don't think I've ever shared in any of my videos. Do you see that on the wall right there? Let me zoom in on that. Okay, so check that out. Do you see that? It says Boo in the Night, and then there's a Frankenstein, and then you see the windows behind it? That's from the original Darkness from 1994. And do you see that right there? That is actually from the original Darkness. Let me zoom back out here. That is the only heirloom from the original Darkness. Let me tell you what happened to the original Darkness. It was in that building over there next door, and what happened to it was that building had a lot of problems, okay? Like, you know, at one point it actually fell on the highway. So the whole back of the building, you'll notice, has no windows and the bricks look new. That's because that's a section of the building that fell on the highway. It actually killed somebody. Now, we weren't in the building at the time. We came along a little later than that. But they decided, instead of tearing the whole building down, to rebuild that one section. But the building had a lot of problems, okay? None of the windows were any good. It was totally boarded up. And that's where the name The Darkness came from. Because right on the side of the building, it says Sunshine Factory, the Sunshine Factory. It's actually still on the building. You can barely see it. And we're like, sunshine? This is crazy. It's like complete darkness in here. That's where the name The Darkness came from. So anyway, when the haunted house was in the building across the street, it was called the Darkness Haunted Scream Park. Why? Because it had multiple sections to it. The first section you came into had a, believe it or not, a 13-hole mini golf. It had a horror arcade, a horror movie theater, horror museum that you could walk through, and it had a big concession stand. And so people would go into this section first. Then there was a second section where there was a magician stage show. And once that room was completely empty, the people that were in the entertainment area would slide over to the next section where there was a stage show. And then we would bring up a whole new group upstairs. And then when you got into the haunted house, there was a big interactive like show, queue line. It wasn't a queue line, it was like a big haunted hotel room. And then we would put you in these elevators and then you would go in from there. Then when you came out, there was a carnival in the back lot, and that's why it was called the Darkness Haunted Scream Park. So when the Darkness moved over here, the building was much smaller. So we felt the need to build the building bigger. And where I'm standing right now is an add-on that we added on. We literally built it from scratch and extended it, which added a total of like 12,000 square feet, roughly. And this is where TerrorVision is at, and this is where a horror museum is at, and so on and so forth. Now we're planning on doing another expansion to the Darkness to connect the escape room to this extension onto the Darkness. Unfortunately, we did not have any room for a 13-hole mini golf, a stage show, and everything else. But guess what? We do have a mini golf. Now it's called the escape rooms. So the Darkness, in a way, is back to being a scream park. Because We have Outdoor Scare Zone, we have the Horror Museum, we have the Horror Gift Store, we have photo ops all over the place. And then next door we have the escape rooms, we have a pinball arcade, and we have a blacklight mini golf. Now, we wanted to talk today about when you should start selling your tickets while we're here in the gift store. And look how beautiful the gift store is. Let's take a look at it. And before we get into today's topic, let me show you how this has changed. If you've never been to the Darkness, or let's say you have, it has changed quite a bit. You know, these pinball machines, I want to say these pinball machines are really only eye candy. That's really all they are. This whole room is all about, wow, you've come to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory of haunted houses. Now you see this big mess right here. That's all stuff going to Creepy World. And as you can see, there's photo ops, there's autographs, and there's a few new things we've added even since the Transworld show. We added this guy right here. Can anybody tell me who that is? That's Beetlejuice as the sandworm. And we've also added this Michael Jackson. We added this electric chair, but it was actually here for Transworld. And people can just literally activate it on their own. The Darkness retail horror store actually has its own claw machine. And there's the Leprechaun. Here's our 5-minute escape room, which was renovated and changed last year. And it's a serial killer one. Looks really cool. And so, lots of stuff going on in this room. Now, what's going to be really cool is you see that wall right there where it says Bride of Frankenstein. See that right there where it says The Bride of Frankenstein? Okay. So this wall, you can see that window right there. So there's a wall built in front of the wall, but you see that window. That wall would be removed. Completely removed. So you will be able to walk from the escape room right into here. So do you know why we're gonna do this? We're gonna be able to replace TerraVisions, which is gonna be for sale. If somebody wants to call, now's the time to talk about it. But if I get it approved, then we're gonna finish that wedge so you can literally migrate from the escape room. And the attraction that I want to build in here would be like an interactive horror museum. So it would be full of animatronics, and it would be the replacement of TerraVisions. But I would take a part of it and give it to the escape room. So the escape room would pick up about 2,800 square feet between the space we would donate from this section and the new section. So I'd be able to grow that business. But guess what? This interactive horror museum, we'd be able to open it year round. I'd be able to sell tickets to it on the escape room website. We would also be able to have access now to our retail store. So we can maybe open it like one day a week. Who knows? And we could also book our 5-minute escape room year round. And that's kind of the plan, okay? And we're here at 3 in the morning, right? And what are we doing?
We're organizing the intro.
Yes, because the Darkness opens for Friday the 13th. And that brings us to our topic today, which is when should you start selling tickets? Now, we are doing things. We went live at the end of July.
It was the very first of August then? It wasn't middle of August?
No, it was the last 4 days of July.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you want to tell everybody how much?
No, we're going to get into that.
Let's do this.
I'm getting into it. So, here's the thing. I am doing something that I've never done before. We're talking only in the era of selling tickets online. Because when the Darkness first opened back in 1994, we didn't sell any tickets online, obviously. Okay. Now, we were probably the first haunt in the United States that probably did sell tickets online. We tried Ticketmaster. We tried a local one called MetroTix. Okay, we even tried to do it on our own, and it was such a disaster because people would buy them online and then we'd have to look them up. It was a complete catastrophe. And eventually, a bunch of ticketing companies came along to the haunt industry. They charged way too much. They had very poor features. So I got together with the same people that helped me create Haunt World, and we created Fear Ticket. And now, how many people are using Fear Ticket? It's like over 300, almost 400 people. It's quite a few.
Just in the haunt industry.
Just in the haunt industry, that's right. And it's kind of crazy because the very first year that we launched Fear Ticket, I was the only one using it. And then the second year, I think there was 5 of us, and one of them was 13th Gate. So 13th
number of people is number of attractions.
Number of attractions, I think, was 5 the second year. 13th Gate was one of them. And 13th Gate has been using Fear Ticket the longest besides me. He's been using it, I don't even know how long it's been now, but it's been a long time. And so we're doing something that we haven't done in a long time. And we're discounting the tickets online if you buy your tickets in August.
Well, we already did. It's now September.
Well, we already did it. But we also did
and
something.
How did we do it? Just through pretty much text marketing.
With text marketing, and we did it with growing our social media pages.
For sure.
We spent very little advertising.
Yeah.
And we're doing heavy discounting. So we discounted in August 25% on selected tickets. So Ultimate Screen Pass, which is all 3, which is already heavily discounted. I think you could save 15% on that. But like a Darkness or Creepy World,
we marketed it. You could buy now, save up to 25%.
Yeah, that's right. And we started selling the tickets in August. It was at the end of July. So last year we sold in August right around $25,000, which I wasn't upset about it. Well, this year we sold almost $60,000. Okay. But there was 2 discount promotions running. I have to be clear about that. So one thing, we put our ticketing up, and what we did was the very first event was Friday the 13th. And I decided to run the Friday the 13th just like I would for Krampus or a special event. And we said that the pricing was rolled back 13 years. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what the pricing was 13 years, but I'm assuming that was around $20. So we made the price $20.13. Now, the regular price of the Darkness is $33, okay? So they were able to basically save $13. Now, I didn't even know that it was actually $13. I just knew I wanted to throw the 13 cents in because it was Friday the 13th. So let's talk about how many people that we've already sold for Friday the 13th. So, and I've got a lot of experience with this, like basically gauging where we're at. So Friday the 13th right now is over 500 tickets sold. That's for a one night only. So our first weekend, we're not opening Friday and Saturday. We're just going to be open Friday. Now, based on what I know, we put a cap of 1,300 tickets can be bought for $20.13. So right now, I think we're on pace to be right around that 1,300 number. Because your biggest day will be the day that you're open. Even for Trans World, we sell the most tickets like literally the day before, or the day of, or 3 days before. So I know from doing Krampus and Valentine's and everything else, the last week, the week of, starting on Monday, it'll start going through the roof. So I think we're on pace right now for Friday the 13th. It's going to be over 1,000 people. I'm very happy about that. Okay. Now, but total, we've sold over 60,000. By the time Friday the 13th comes around, I would imagine we'll be, in the $75,000, $80,000 sales range before we've ever opened. Now, how did we do that? Now, by the way, I have to say that I've talked to other people who've actually sold way more than we have. St. Louis is a different market. It starts really slow and it builds and then it just blows up. But I'm sure it blows up for everybody, but it blows up more here because we have the data. Every year we see, we know what happens. September has been dead as a doorknob for us. So the biggest opening we've had literally in the last 5 years has been around 600 people. And this year we're gonna do double. And let me explain how we're gonna have 12 to 1,300 people show up on Friday the 13th. It was by making ads just for Friday the 13th. We also made ads just for the summer sale. And literally, we just pounded away on our own social media. We really grew our Instagram. Now it's up to almost 90,000 fans. And yes, when you have some stuff go viral, you're gonna get some people out of St. Louis. You're gonna get some people from other countries, but it doesn't matter. We really grew the Instagram. We really grew the TikTok. And then we've also been trying to grow the YouTube. We spent some money, it wasn't much. Another thing that we did is we ran a contest. We ran a contest and we put some money behind that on Facebook. We got 4,000 people to give us their phone numbers for a contest. Now, really we spent very little money. Now, the two things where we did really spend money, but it wasn't much, was text marketing and mass email. So we sent one mass email and we sent a lot of text marketing to the people who are the most interested in coming. And Patty here has been helping Fear Ticket customers.
I've been helping a lot of people lately break into text marketing, giving them, I mean, I've gone through, learn from me, because my number's been blacklisted before. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know, nobody tells you, how many not to send more than maybe 2,000 texts a day. Nobody tells you these things. Nobody tells you that if you put a website into your message, that it can't just be scarefest.fearticket.com. It's got to be the HTTP. It's got to be the full URL. Nobody tells you these things. So I learned the hard way. So learn from me. Give me a call. I've helped a lot of people just this week. I've helped even more people throughout the year. I helped a bunch of people during halfway to Halloween. All break into text marketing. I'll be happy to help you guys too. So give me a call or drop me an email, Patty@hytix.com, HYTIX.com, Patty with an I at hytix.com, not a Y. But yeah, I mean, and here's the long and the short of it. Like revenue-wise, Larry, you mind if I tell people revenue-wise?
I already did.
No, you didn't. You were talking about numbers. Okay, so revenue-wise.
No, I talked about revenue.
Larry has brought in.
I already said it.
55?
No, it's over 60.
So we're in September, but at the end of August.
Yeah, we were almost
probably at $55,000.
No, it was almost 60.
And now it's almost 60.
No, it's over 60.
Trust me.
No, I know what it was.
And he had already made probably, well over $2,000 in being in charge because he's with Fear Ticket, so he's able to custom create those booking fees. So never, ever, ever go with a company who is charging your customers outrageous booking fees and keeping all this money. There are companies charging 8, 9, 10, 11% booking fee to your customers. When I say booking fee, I mean a combination of the booking fee and the credit card processing fee combined. So I'm just putting it all into one category. Never go with a company who's taking all that money. Go with a company like Fear Ticket, where you are in charge of your own booking fee. You can drop those fees to your customers, make it more enticing to buy now. You can charge the same amount, put some extra money in your pocket. We're small business owners. It takes a lot to get from one season to the next, to the next, to the next. And that money adds up. So, wouldn't you agree with that, Larry?
Yes, I would. And I will say this, that we did roughly, it was $60,000 coming out of August. I think it was like 58 something. And then since we've gotten a lot more ahead than that. But next week is when the haunt opens. That's when it'll skyrocket. And who knows how good it's going to do. But when should you put your tickets?
Sold this much money in July before, correct?
No, I've never sold this much money in July. And we can accredit that to being very aggressive all summer long, creating content for our social media. You know, I have literally taken an Instagram page. This is a long story, but I didn't pay any attention to Instagram whatsoever. And then somebody who worked for me bragged about how they had 4,500 Instagram followers and I had like 2,500. Well, you know, I'm a kind of person, like I play to win, okay? And so that I felt like that was a challenge. So I started posting on Instagram, paying attention to Instagram, trying to figure out Instagram. And I got really frustrated with Instagram because it was really hard to grow the followers. And so then I really focused on TikTok, and we had a few multiple videos go viral, and now we have 1.1 million followers. And you'll notice on my TikTok that I've kind of stopped posting as much because I've been focused on Instagram. I went from 2,500 Instagram followers just 2 years ago to now having about 90,000, and I'm on pace before I even open to probably be at 100. And who knows how many I'm gonna have by the time Halloween is over. I mean, maybe I'll have 150,000, I don't know. But we're doing it by creating content, and we've been doing it all summer long, and we've created the content everywhere. So if we went to, say, a Scare Factory and we picked up some animations, we made a video of us loading the animation into the trailer, and we're like, hey, this is what it takes to run a successful haunted house. We're here picking up new props, new animations. We documented everything, and we shared it with our customers. And I can tell you that it's a lot of work trying to grow these social media pages. I focus on TikTok. I got it to 1.1 million. Now I've got Instagram basically headed to 100,000, and it's like really doubled, like literally in 3 months, okay? But here's the thing. Now I'm gonna try to turn my attention to YouTube. And I know exactly how to do YouTube. I'm gonna use the exact same content that I use for Instagram, and I'm gonna just take it, I already have it, now I'm gonna start putting it to YouTube, and I'm gonna try to grow the YouTube page. But when it comes to selling more tickets, here's the key. You want to get your customers' phone numbers. And one of the things you can do at your box office is what?
Do you realize that there are haunts who are still doing box office only? Collecting those people's cell phone numbers is invaluable. You've got to start selling tickets online just so that
I know, but how can you get phone numbers out of the box office? That's the question.
Oh yeah, well you can go paperless out of the box office. You just don't buy a printer. Even from the window, the last thing you ask for is their cell phone number. Enter it in, and then just bloop, it just sends your tickets to you. Oh great, yeah, and then they walk off with their tickets on their phone.
And then you get their phone number.
And then you're getting even more phone.
And then you can do what with it?
Going paperless.
Then you can do what with it?
Office. And now you've collected cell phone numbers to remarket and text blast from season to season.
And by the way,
tell them how much money you made for the Very Scary Krampus Christmas already and the My Bloody Valentine.
well, I will tell you, we've actually already sold quite a few tickets to the My Bloody Valentine and the Krampus, because there's no reason why on your ticketing page that you can't put your special events on sale now.
Well, let's talk about this.
Okay, so we've probably already sold, I don't even know. The last time I looked, it was like, we've already sold a couple $1,000s in tickets to Krampus already. And we haven't even opened yet.
No,
so,
same with My Bloody Valentine is about 1,000.
Yeah, I know. That event is not until February 20th.
So here's the thing, guys. With Fear Ticket, we send we send, when somebody buys a ticket, they're going to get their tickets emailed to them as well as texted to them. So the system's automatically going to send that customer, as soon as they buy the ticket, an email. With my system, that email is customizable. So additionally, we're also going to automatically send a thank you email to your customers 2 hours after their ticket was scanned. So 2 hours after they've been at your attraction, we're going to send another one. These are emails that are customizable, that you can cross promote other aspects of your business. If you have year-round escape games, you can cross promote that. If you're doing a Krampus Christmas, you can cross promote that. And put your tickets now live and start selling them now, and put a link directly to buy them. Don't just talk about it.
There's no reason why
not to.
you can't be selling everything right now. So there's your tips for today. And by the way, I want to mention this because I was talking to a haunted house owner that I've never talked to before. He was from a really small area, and that person was really struggling to get from 5,000 customers anywhere above 5,000. And I basically laid out a plan for him to grow his business this year by 50%. So if you're one of these haunts and you're doing 5,000 people, it is not that hard to jump from 5,000 to 7,500 or even to 10,000. And I can tell you right now, one of the main reasons why you're not getting anywhere is because you're passionate about running haunted houses, but you're just not willing to spend the time to learn the other aspects of, like, what will it take to improve your business. One of the things that I guarantee you is if you use a system like fearticket.com and you keep your service fees and you get a lower price that you're paying per ticket, that money can be used to grow your business, for sure. There's features in Fear Ticket that can help you grow your business. Like one of the features that we're using is a feature to have instant upgrades. So they can walk up, they can see a line, they can scan a barcode, and they can up automatically to a fast pass. Just as an example, they could also buy your 5-minute escape with a barcode. They could buy a t-shirt with a barcode. They could literally buy anything with a barcode, and they can do it all from their phone. But here's the thing. When you're trying to grow a business from 5,000 to say 7,500, you know, I said to this guy that I wanted to do a seminar for Transworld called Adding Machine, because that's all it takes. It's all it takes is an adding machine to figure any of this stuff out. So what is... And by the way, I'm going to do a video on this because I'm going to help you people grow your business and go from 5,000 to 20 to 7,500, or from 7,500 to 10,000. But let's just take a calculator right here. So I've got my calculator out. Okay, if you make 2,500 additional customers, okay, and you times that by, let's say you're charging $25, that's $62,500, okay? Let's just say you added $20,000 to your marketing budget. $20,000. If you added $20,000 to your marketing budget, what is 20,000? Let's say you charge $25 a person. You only need to do 800 more people. Do you think you would grow your business by 800 by spending $20,000 on top of what you already spend? You absolutely would. But I can tell you one thing that you absolutely need is you need a good ad. You need a good ad for Snapchat/TikTok. You need an Instagram version, and you need a Facebook/YouTube version, because those are horizontal. Snapchat and YouTube are Snapchat and TikTok are vertical, and Instagram is a square. Now, I'm actually thinking about doing this through Fear Ticket and selling digital marketing ads, where you would send me whatever footage you have, and you would send me your logo, we would animate it, and then we would create you these spots. And I'm willing to help anybody that's using Fear Ticket right now. If you need these spots made, send me an email. We'll test it out, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what you've got and I'm going to mix it with some digital footage that we already have. And I think that if you have really good spots and you spent the additional $20,000 and you expanded your market and you went further and further away, like you got 60 miles or further away, and you just really hone in on keywords like haunted house, horror nights, because you know, people that travel to horror nights, why wouldn't they come to you when you're so much closer? And you focus on the right keywords, a limited amount of keywords, you can expand your reach by so much more. But people, if you're going to grow your business, you got to spend money. Okay, you've got to improve your haunt. You've got to do more marketing. You got to have a better offering, like, you know, photo ops and everything else. And it could all be done. It can all be done. It doesn't matter what market you're in. It can absolutely be done. But one more thing I want to say, when you're collecting these phone numbers, you know, another thing you can do with them, you can upload them to a thing like Facebook and target these people. But you know what the best thing of all? The more phone numbers you get to do text marketing, when you do a special event like Krampus, or you do a special event like My Bloody Valentine, you could probably spend $2,500 in marketing, just texting them, mass emailing them, uploading the list to Facebook, and just like clubbing them over the head 10 times. You don't do any Google ads or anything else, because nobody's searching for that. You got to make people aware that it's happening. Now, when Halloween comes around, October, you do want to be on Google, because people are searching for Halloween events on Google. But when you're doing a special event out of October, Google ads are a waste of money. You wouldn't want to spend 15 cents there. You're going to want to make people aware of it. And you know, one of the ways you do it, you text them. And you know how you get the phone numbers? I'm going to lay it out for you right now. You can do it through ticketing. You can do it through box office. You can do both of that with Fear Ticket. You also can do where you can set something up on your website to give them a coupon for weekdays. And by the way, that's another thing we're doing new this year. We made a special ad that says cheaper prices, shorter lines if you come any night in September, November, or Sunday through Thursday. We made a special ad, and we're going to run ads trying to encourage people to come on weekdays to grow the weekdays. So we're going to try that. We've never done that before. We have a new ad for it. And if you follow me on Scare, on Instagram, and stuff like that, you'll see some of these ads get uploaded. But with all that being said, here's the key. Here's the key. You want to get as many phone numbers as you possibly can, so you can literally market to the people who are the most interested. And when you sell tickets online, you get your customers' information. Now, I can tell you that we're adding some new features to Fear Ticket that are going to greatly enhance your ability to obtain more contacts. But the way that you get these phone numbers and emails is by offering them discount coupons. They give you a phone number, you'll text it to them. They give you an email, you'll email it to them. There's programs out there that will do that, and hopefully soon Fear Ticket will do that as well. You also get them from selling them tickets. Does this make sense? And then you can market to the people who are the most interested. Doesn't that make sense? So in my back end for my website, I have people who have given me their information for coupons. I have information on people who have done contests. So we'll run a digital marketing ad trying to get people to sign up for a contest. And we just did that, and we got almost 5,000 more phone numbers. Like, I'm not even making this up, okay? All of these things can be done. But you know what the main problem with a lot of haunted houses is? You're a one-man show, you know, it's like you're doing a little bit of everything and you don't spend the time to try and put your energy where it actually is going to help you the most. You want to grow from 10,000 to 12,500. 2,500 people, even if you increase your marketing budget by another $10,000, you're making money. You got to spend money to make money, and you can grow this business. So, with all that being said, hopefully you liked the tour today of the retail store. And we're going to do a video on the retail store because, man, we've been working on it for weeks now. Weeks and weeks and weeks. And by the way, we're going to do another video at the Creepy World gift store because it's much, much smaller. So you're going to see, you know, how you don't have a permanent space and you want to set up a retail store and concessions. So we've done that at Creepy World, and I think we've done a pretty cool job, and we're going to have that done probably in the next day or two. And so we'll be able to do a video out there. But check out this retail store. What do you think? So leave me a comment below and let me know what other videos you would like me to make or things you might want us to comment on. Now, I will tell you what's coming up in the future. This is top secret, so don't tell anybody I said this. But this winter, we're going to start doing Zooms where if you're a Fear Ticket customer, we're going to get people in these Zooms and we're going to teach you how to do these things. We're going to help you grow your business so that you can sell more tickets, make more money, so that you can buy more props or a boat if that's what you want, or a Lamborghini, which I just bought. But if you need to get the things that you want in life and take care of your family and grow your haunted house business, and you want to get bigger, scarier than ever before, you've got to increase the revenue. You've got to increase the attendance. And you can do both. And we're going to help you do it with Fear Ticket. And we're going to help you do it with this YouTube channel. And we're going to help you do it with Zooms coming this winter. And then we look forward to seeing you all here back in St. Louis. And hopefully the darkness has been all renovated once again. And we're going to try to open Creepy World and who knows what else. But can you think of anything else?
No, but I will say, let us help you. Let us help you grow your business. If you're on the cusp of taking it to the next level, or if you're stagnant because you were taking it to the next level and then it went flat and you don't know what to do, let Larry, me, let Fear Ticket, let us help you. We've gone through it, right, Larry? Haven't we gone through it through the years?
Well, you know what I find completely offensive, and I just got to take this over because I got to emphasize this. Patty here tells me a specific haunted house ticketing company was trying to swoo them back to their service. And, you know, they offered to lower the price. They offered to do all this stuff. And you know what I said to the guy? I said, you know, doesn't it just kind of piss you off that once Fear Ticket starts hammering these ticketing companies, bringing the cost way down, adding all the features that could literally make you more money, now all of a sudden they have your attention. Yeah. Oh yeah, now we want to lower the price. Now we want to start getting in the business of making features. That should just piss you off to high heaven. Shouldn't it just piss you off?
That's the darndest truth, right?
One company, we won't even mention them because they're so crooked, literally is out there lowering the prices drastically. So they were ripping you off.
Oh,
They were ripping you off.
There's companies out there that are totally rethinking their entire platform to change it over to be more like Fear Ticket in their pricing structure because they know the writing's going to be on the wall. They can't keep ripping off our industry year after year after year. Not now when there's people like Fear Ticket who's really, you know, kicked up all these features that can make you more money, and it's still just.
And we're adding
50
more.
cents.
And
Yeah,
we're adding
add
more. And I just want to say this. I take it back. They weren't ripping you off. You were paying what they asked you to pay. That's on you, to be honest with you. Okay? That's on you. But now you've been woken. You've been awakened to the fact that you, and I always tell people this, and I'm going to say this. I used to tell people, look what you're paying this company. You're paying them, or you're letting them charge your customers like $2 service fees, and they're keeping it.
Oh, it's way more.
Or even way more than that. Some of these companies are crazy, okay? And then to me, it's a scam. But really, it's not a scam, because if you don't do the homework, it's really on you. I mean, like, you could have fished around and called other companies, but I get why some people don't want to do that, because they're just afraid to change something that they don't understand completely. But see, when you work with Fear Ticket, they can set all that up for you. It's so easy. It's like anybody could do it, and it's all app based. You just scan with your own phones. You don't even need any equipment or anything. It's so simple. But with that being said, these companies have literally gotten so much money out of you for so long, and now they're being faced with the reality that, hey, another company comes along, they're charging a whole lot less, and they're offering way more in terms of features, and so, oh, we're losing all of our big clients. What are we going to do? Well, we're not going to stop, because the difference is we run a haunted house, so we understand the kind of features that we need. And then all the new features are coming from the users. They're literally putting their input in and asking for changes, asking for new upgrades. And that's just something they're not used to. And that's why I wanted to start the ticketing company in the first place, because I was working with a ticketing company and they would never do any upgrades. I would ask for them and they would say, oh no, we can't do that right now. And I just got sick of that. So anyway, with all that being said, sorry for the rant. I hope everybody has a great Halloween season. I'm sure Patty does as well. She's back there. And we open next Friday. And we're going to try to make some content at the Darkness for Friday the 13th. And we hope you guys do fantastic. Even if you're not using Fear Ticket, just make sure you get a good deal where you can make the most money to help support your family, your employees, and your business, because that's what matters. And until then, here at the Darkness gift store, which is a whole nother topic we're going to do a video on, okay? Because we've already done it before, but we're going to do a different one. We'll see you soon.